everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm Annalise, and welcome to Yin with Aromatherapy. So first of all, just check your environment, make sure you're in a distraction-free space. If you want to turn on some nice relaxing music or anything like that, put on an essential oil in your diffuser, gather all your bits and bobs, and then come to your comfortable seat, and we will meet here. And today I have brought in Magnolia essential oil as our complementary oil for our class today. And it's a beautiful oil to celebrate this month's theme, which is Divine Feminine. And actually also just practicing yin yoga is a practice of tapping into those feminine aspects within ourselves, whether you're male or female, that are more passive and very nurturing and allowing, and still there's a stillness that comes along with the yin practice, which can be the most challenging part for some in this yoga style. And so I've got Magnolia, and physically it's really good for your skin, so you can put it in your moisturizer, your face moisturizer and things like that. And it's actually very good for anxiety and, just to bring you to a state of calm and relaxation. So whether you're using Magnolia tonight or whether you're using another oil that you have at home, just place some on your palms, rub your hands together, and then cup your hands over your nose with your eyes closed, and just take a few nice deep breaths. Allow the breathing to come to a slower rate, maybe even a little bit deeper. And place the oil from your hands anywhere in your body, behind the neck, on the pulse points, any of the chakra points, front or back, and just give your body a loving touch, loving massage, squeeze, or stroke, or something that connects you into your body and brings some sense of relief for sort of being here now. Stop the busyness of the day and just this time to focus on you. So I always love to give the neck and shoulders a nice squeeze. So energetically, the Magnolia oil connects you to the energy of the divine matriarch. And this energy is somewhat expects us as people to treat one another with compassion and love. So this practice today is a lot about compassion for yourself, and therefore allows you to sort of connect on a more worldly, united level, in a very compassionate way. So we will begin just seated comfortably. You can sit on your heels or you can sit cross-legged. You might like to place something underneath your bottom just to elevate the hips a little bit. And then from a still place within the body, we'll just take a deep breath in through the nose. We'll take 3, so breathing in full. Hold the breath at the top, and then open the mouth and let out a sigh. Number 2 of 3, full breath in. Keep the shoulders down as the breath reaches the height of the heights, and hold it. Feel that container full of energy in your body, and then exhale out the mouth. Releasing any tensions from your body out through your mouth. And the last one, 3rd breath, deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top, keep the shoulders relaxed down the back, keep holding for a little bit longer, you can do it. And when you feel ready, let out a big sigh. sit nice and tall through your spine, drawing the chin in ever so slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. And feel that nice sort of lengthening of the spine from root to crown. We'll keep the shoulders down to begin, and use your inhale to, we'll start a circular motion with the shoulders. So from downward, draw the shoulders forward and up circularly, up to the ears, and then the exhale, roll the shoulders back and down behind you. And just do a few more of those, just tapping into the shoulders, being very compassionate for yourself here, feeling into every micro movement and sensation that you may experience. Change the direction of your circles. And that inhale opens the chest, and the exhale, the shoulders come down. One more. Good. And let the shoulders settle down the back of the body, away from the ears. Crown drawing nice and tall. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, let your chin drop to your chest, keeping the chest open, shoulders down. Inhale your right ear, roll it around to the right shoulder. And exhale back to center at the front. And now over to the left on the inhale. And back to the chest on the exhale. So you can continue this forward body motion, or if you feel safe, to let the head drop back and make full circles. Just enjoy a few very slow, mindful neck rolls. Going so slow that you can tune into all the sensations. And sensuality is an aspect of the divine feminine that we can all tap into. And even if it's just slowing down and experiencing all the sensations, as you just lovingly, towards yourself, make these beautiful motions round and round. Change the direction of your circle next time your chin returns to your chest. And then as you complete the next circle, the chin comes to the chest, and then inhale the head upright once more. Let your left ear go down to your left shoulder. Take your left hand to the top of your head, and the right arm reaches out toward the floor at your side. And just, you can encourage very tenderly an opening of the right side of your neck, not by forcing the head to go further than it needs to go, just by getting to that sweet spot where you can feel the sensations in the right side of your neck. You can play with drawing that left elbow back just to bring more sensation if that feels good and safe. And then take the left hand to the left cheek and guide the head back up. Inhale. And we'll switch sides. Right ear to right shoulder, right hand to top of the head, left arm reaches out to the side. And then just take your shape, find a nice open chest if that's possible. And then just gently allow that left side of your neck to open up. Stretch out. And take the right hand to the right cheek, guide the head up. Take the hands together behind your head, interlacing the fingers behind your head. And just let your head drop back into your hands, opening the chest, maybe even drawing the elbows back. Opening up even more across the chest, the collarbone. And the head is just heavily resting in the hands. As you exhale, keep the head in the hands and just draw the elbows towards each other and even down. Just creating a little flexion in the spine. And then open up your arms like wings and let your head drop back into your hands again as the chest opens. Belly is free to receive breath. And just make a little cat-cow spinal flow movement. Inviting the arms in, butterfly arms. All right, beautiful. Take the hands together, press the palms up to the sky, keeping the fingers interlaced, stretching out the fingers. And you can release your fingers and just gently roll the wrists, inviting the fingers to dance through the air. And you can very slowly bring the arms out to the sides. And then take the left hand down to the floor beside you. Reach your right arm overhead. Gaze up. So just doing a couple of little warm-ups here. Loving sort of poses accompanied with calm breathing. Switch to the other side. Just to find a wholeness in your experience. Just like when we find wholeness, when we can tune into the feminine aspects within ourselves and the masculine aspects within ourselves. All right, so let's come on back up. Now let's come onto our bellies. I've got a little blanket, pretty thin, that I can put under my head. You're welcome to use something there too. So crocodile pose, this is sometimes called, just lying on your belly. Place one hand on top of the other and let your forehead rest on the back of your hand. And just let the weight of your body sink into the floor. Any holdings can be released. And check in with any tensions and see if they can release their grip. And while we're lying here, we'll take this opportunity to do some deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. So basically, as you breathe in, you're going to feel the breath go deep into the abdominal area so that the belly will rise and press into the floor. And then as you exhale, the belly slowly returns to its relaxed position. So just take a few really nice deep abdominal breaths here. You can create the ujjayi quality if you like, which is basically constricting the throat while you breathe in and out through your nostrils. You might notice it's quite relaxing and grounding when we take those deep abdominal breaths. You can continue with that deep breathing and bend the right leg and just start to draw circles with your big toe. So we're rolling circles in the ankle joint, just on the right side, just in the right ankle. Big, slow, circular motions, like you're painting a big circle with your big toe. Change the direction of the circle. And then switch those legs. So this time the left leg bends, and start those circular rolls in the left ankle this time. Just bringing awareness into the toes, all the way down there, away from our brains. Sometimes we don't always think about them and give them as much attention as they like. The toes, the ankle, foot. Changing the direction if you haven't already. And then just release that down, letting your body come back to that belly lying position. Grounded and calm. I'm going to take our body into a child's pose now. So press the body up, take the knees wide on the mat, big toes together, and sink the hips down to the heels, and just with your arms extended, if it's comfortable, let your forehead come to the ground. And just take a moment to honor yourself here. Honor your experience in this life, in this body. Honor your breath that allows you to sort of be chosen, breath by breath, to be here without any doing of our own, without any controlling. And feel the breath moving in the body, the back body expanding on the inhalation, the softening on the exhale, everything kind of going down toward the ground. Let's continue here in your child's pose to breathe and be. You could set an intention for yourself, whether it be something related to the divine feminine, like I am divine love, or I allow and receive, just something that brings you into that feminine spiritual side of yourself, that aspect within you that is sort of soft and gentle, loving, compassionate. Could even be, I am compassionate to myself and others. And take another deep breath in and out. And slowly Come on up. We're going to come and sit down. If you want to grab a block or a blanket for under your bottom, place it underneath you. We'll extend the right leg forward. The left foot just comes to the inner right thigh. And if you'd like to use a bolster, we're going to come forward in a fold. So the bolster can be helpful in filling the space between you and your leg. So you could rest your forehead on the end of a block, or rest the bolster on your leg and just drape your body over the bolster. Or maybe you don't need it at all. And so just find that sweet spot where you can allow your body to fold forward. A nice round in the back is okay, is great if there's no lower back issues. And if so, you don't want to round the back so much and fold forward. You could keep the back straighter and just take more of a hinging action at the hips rather than a rounding spinal movement. So tune into your body today. How does it feel? What does it need? And then find that sweet spot. See if you can still connect to the deeper abdominal breathing here. And it's very calming for the nervous system. And it just has a really good sort of full trade of oxygen in and carbon dioxide out, so that we can really refresh with every breath. We'll be here for another 5 breaths. We're holding these poses longer than your sort of young yoga classes, so that the depth of the stretch moves past the muscles into the deeper workings, the connective tissue, the joints, the bones, the fascia. And we can tap into these areas when we find stillness and just allow the body to slowly move into the sweet spot by itself, supported by a smooth, even breath and awareness of mind, body, breath. On an inhalation, slowly walk your hands towards you, bringing the torso up. And then place the sole of the left foot flat on the ground. Take the right hand to the bent knee, left hand behind you. Sit nice and tall, and then twist over to the left as you exhale. Now, some of you might have more space and might want to hook the knee in the elbow, the crook of the right elbow. So you can do that as well, and just sit nice and tall, play with keeping the spine tall and turning, twisting to the left. Gaze might even turn backward as well. Take another deep breath in, long exhale, and slowly come back. And extend the left leg forward, bend the right leg, creating that sort of tree leg shape. Okay, we're going to take that fold forward. So breathe in. You can even reach up and then exhale, fold over the leg. Just find your breath and let the exhale sink you deeper inward. Let your heart settle toward your leg, let it rest. And so the magnolia oil sort of creates a really beautiful place in your heart where you can receive information from sort of higher consciousness about human connectedness and even connectedness within yourself, and how to live in harmony with yourself and others. It's a very tender, peaceful experience, the magnolia oil. Let the body loosen any grip. Every exhale is an opportunity to let go of that tension if it exists in the body. And sometimes the tension might exist in the mind if there's stories rolling through, and that's okay. And then when you notice these stories or these distractions from the present moment that sort of take you into past or future experiences, and just let those thoughts just sort of fade away without too much energy being given to them. Those thoughts can just sweep away out of the mind with the breath. And that might happen over and over, and that's all right. We just practice coming back to the breath. And take another few breaths, slow, steady breathing. And use an inhale to bring the body, the torso back to an upright position. And then bring that right sole of the foot flat to the floor, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Sit tall, inhaling tall. And then exhale, twist to the right. Maybe hooking the elbow around the bent knee if you prefer. Shoulders stay down, and the gaze may turn back behind you or to wherever the gaze reaches in that direction. Take an inhale, sitting tall, and one more exhale here. And slowly unravel. We'll come into a caterpillar forward fold. So a couple of options here: straight legs with bolster on top or no bolster, or edge for the forehead. The other option is bending the knees a little. You can even place the bolster underneath. This is the most restorative version of caterpillar. And then just let your belly, your heart, your head drape over your legs. Coming into the beautiful sort of safe darkness behind your closed eyes. Notice that expansion in the back body as you take a nice deep breath in. And a long exhale. Take another few breaths, slow, steady breathing. Tune into the rhythm and just flow breath by breath. And then use an inhalation to walk your body up. And we're going to come onto our backs now. Again, you might still want to keep a little blanket or a block underneath your bottom here. You might even want to use the wall. I'm going to come up into a waterfall pose. So basically, lying on your back, the legs come up into the air. So you can see why it would be nice to do this against the wall. You're welcome to take some time to get to a wall space if you have one. And we're just going to hang out here for about 8 minutes. So if this after a while starts to feel a little heavy in the legs and you need to take a break, you can bring your knees into your chest and just hang out there. This is actually very restorative, really good for circulation. Great for the nervous system. Supportive of the magnolia oil and bringing a sense of calm and relaxation into your being. I'm just going to let the weight of the legs get heavier so that there's a feeling of sort of stacking. So with the ankles above the knees, above the hips, you can kind of feel the weight of the bones just sort of sinking down, and the thigh bones just sort of slipping into the hip sockets, nice and easy. Come to notice your breathing in and out through the nostrils. We'll come to, again, experience diaphragmatic breathing. So you can imagine, you could even put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And as you breathe in deeply, you can feel the hand on your belly rising up. As you breathe out, the belly returns to its position. And the chest doesn't really move that much. That flow of air moves in the nostrils down the throat, upper chest, down into the belly, and out the way it came in, with most of that movement happening deep in the abdominals, that rise and fall of the inhale and exhale. This is also called waterfall pose. So just imagine any sort of stagnation in your feet, in your toes, and just sort of waterfalling down the legs, the hips, to be digested and released to Mother Earth. If the mind starts getting active, just invite the mind to follow the breath. In the nose, into the belly, releasing out through the nostrils. If you want to hold your legs, that's fine. Just make this practice work for you. Let the weight of your shoulders sink into the ground, back of the skull. Maintain awareness of breath. A couple more minutes. Just to let the legs get heavier. Let the torso, the shoulders, the lower back touch the ground or whatever is supporting them. Take 5 more breaths here. Slow and deep breaths. And then let your knees come into your chest and just gently make a movement that feels good. If you've got a block underneath you, you might want to remove that to just find a little movement. Let's take the feet wide onto the mat, to the edges of your mat, and just let the knees fall to the left on an exhale, and slowly rise up to center on an inhale, and then exhale the knees over to the right, and then slowly inhale them back up to center. Let's do that again. Slowly the knees fall over to the left, lining up with the pace of the breath. Inhale back to center. Over to the right. Slowly. And back to center. So from here we'll come into our Shavasana. So if you've got your blanket handy, you could put that over your body, the bolster underneath your knees, and come to lie down nice and comfortably on your back. Let your shoulders rest on the ground. You can even shimmy them a little until they feel nice and grounded with the chest open. Make any adjustments to your body so you can be very comfortable for the next few minutes. You might want to put socks on or a sweater. And then come to rest in comfort and stillness on your back. If it's comfortable to do so, the arms splay out to the sides, as do the legs, with the fingers and the toes very soft. Feel your heart nestling into the shelf that you've created with your shoulders. And then let your shoulders sink deeper into the ground. The arms can get nice and heavy, releasing toward the ground more and more. And the legs, from the hips down to the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels. Everything can get nice and soft and heavy. Relax the space in between your eyebrows. And release any tension that might be holding in the jaw. All the muscles around the jawbones can relax. And the hips can get nice and heavy on the ground. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top of the inhalation. Open the mouth and sigh as you exhale. Softening the body. Let's do 2 more. Breathe in nice and full and deep. Hold it for a moment. Exhale. Another deep inhalation right into the abdominals. Hold it. And exhale. Now soften the lips closed. Continue to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Following the breath. And find a tenderness within your being to receive this beautiful opportunity of life in stillness. Just let your body rest deeper and deeper. You may even connect to Mother Teresa. Call on her energy of compassion as you allow this time for yourself, offering deep loving tenderness. If you find it hard to connect to the nurturing mother figure, the magnolia essential oil is it's like a tonic for you to connect. Sort of that place where you can find a guide to take you on the path of happiness, compassion, progress, and joy. Take a few more moments here, just reveling in the energy of compassion and love. Come back to your breath at your nostrils, awareness there. Cool air moves in. And notice the warmth of the air as it moves out the nose. And to notice your body lying on the floor. And behind your closed eyes, just remembering the room you're in. The walls, the ceiling, the floor, the space. Open up the senses to sounds and smells. And begin to deepen the breathing now. And continue to grow the breath like waves, rolling in. And invite some movement back into your fingers and toes. Take a stretch, deep stretch, maybe a yawn. And hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a little sway from side to side before rolling onto one side and taking a few moments in the fetal position. After a few breaths here, deep and full, we will slowly find your way up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed, and you're welcome to place your hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Sit nice and tall. And come back to your intention, whether it is I am compassionate or I'm love and I love. I am loved and I am love. Whatever it is. Fill your heart space with your intention, your affirmation, and carry this forward into the world from a place deep within. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Namaste.